All right, today I'm gonna make a list of underrated niche fragrances. So these are fragrances that come from houses that they only do fragrances. So to be a niche fragrance is something like, say, Xerjoff. Xerjoff makes fragrances, yes, sometimes candles, but there's the scent of the fragrance. They don't make anything else. Versus Dior, they have clothing, Hermes, they have clothing, stuff like that. So that's the difference between niche and designer. Designer make other things besides fragrances. Creed only makes fragrances. So the end. That's what a niche is, in case you're curious. Now, we're going to cover right now have 10 fragrances. Some of them come from the same house because I think these houses are amazing. Others are different houses. So let's get started. The first one is one of my favorite coffee fragrances. It is from Mancera. This is Amor Cafe. This smells like a cinnamon caramel macchiato. You get that caramel, you get that coffee scent, you get that creamy, like milky vibe to it, and you get a beautiful cinnamon overdose in the beginning. I absolutely love this fragrance. Has great projection, great performance. I get about 8 hours with this fragrance. Projects heavily. I wouldn't say beast mode, but it is good. The atomizer, all Manceras. Come on, they're pressurized. I love them. Absolutely adore this fragrance. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a beautiful coffee fragrance with great performance, great DNA. Check out Amor Cafe from Mancera. Next up is one of my newer fragrances. It is from the House of Harmony. It is Vanilla X Plum. This is a gorgeous fragrance. It smells very similar to the sweetness style that Xerjoff Herba Pura is. I'm not saying it smells the same. It's not the same fragrance. Please don't get me wrong. I'm saying the sweetness is similar. But the difference is that vanilla blends perfectly. This smells night and day better than Herba Pura, and I do like Herba Pura. So if you like sweet fragrances, this is a banger of a fragrance. It is a unisex. Guys and girls can wear it. Highly recommend it. Which, by the way, most niche fragrances are unisex, so just keep that in mind. It's geared to anybody. But this is, it's special. Like, I don't have enough words to say how beautiful this fragrance is. I got a sample of it and bought it immediately. It was one I had to have. Atomizers from Harmony are very good. Again, pressurized, do the job perfectly. I love this fragrance. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Highly recommend it. It is an extrait de parfum. This is a perfect for projection and longevity. Look about that 10 to 12 hour range with this fragrance. Highly recommend from Harmony. This is Vanilla X Plum. Next up is a fragrance that a lot of people are talking about right now. Oh, well, actually, they're not, but they really are, and they just don't know that. It is Dias and Durga Italian Citrus. This is a beautiful green fragrance. It smells like a green meadow with like a citrus orchard next to it. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Oh, for those who don't know, Parfums de Marly Perseus smells pretty darn close to this fragrance. Like, I'm not saying Parfums de Marly copied it, but dang, Parfums de Marly, did you smell this fragrance before you did that one? Because it's pretty darn the same. It smells almost identical. So think, again, green meadow. Think beautiful orchard, nice citrus in it, great performance. I get 6 hours of heavy projection and then about another 2, and it lasts for about 8 hours total. Great fragrance. Atomizer is okay, not the greatest. Eh. And if I'm being totally honest, I don't really like the cap. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, it looks like one of those weird top hats that you see like on a cartoon. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why it's so big, why they didn't make it to like fill the whole top range, just put like a dome. Whatever. This is the design they came out with. Hey, it's Dias and Durga. That's what their bottles look like. So, whatevs. Do recommend it on discounters. It's not a bad price. You can get it for about the $100 and like maybe $60 range from what I've seen, maybe more. Used to be cheaper, but hey, it's a killer green fragrance, especially one in the summer. Italian Citrus from Dias and Durga. Now, from a summer goodie to a winter magical fragrance from Penhaligon's, it is Halfeti. Holy cow, Batman, this is a killer spicy fragrance. Oh, I love this fragrance. I love this fragrance, love this fragrance, love this fragrance, love this fragrance. It is so good. Beautiful spices. It is just a killer DNA. Great performance, great longevity, great DNA, great projection. It's just great. Um, Price isn't always the greatest. You can get it around, I think, that $250 US range, I believe. Maybe you can find it for a better deal somewhere at discounters. I don't really see Penhaligon's at a lot of discounters, but dang, if you can get this, is a great fragrance. I won't show the atomizer because this is not a normal version. For those of you who can't see, this is a dry oil version. So for those who don't know, that means like it just sprays out in like an oil glob and you just kind of rub it in. I got this one because unlike the regular version that costs all that cheddar, This costs about 65 US dollars, maybe it was 80 US dollars. It's a lot more affordable and you get about the same projection. Longevity, it's a little bit weaker, but you know what? I'm willing to make a change. It cost me nothing compared to normal ones. So, yeah, dry oil. Who knows? This is actually the first full bottle of dry oil I've ever purchased. I'm saying dry oil weird. I'm saying all. I don't know why. Can't say oil apparently. But hey, that'll be fun for its production later to deal with. So anyhow, Penhaligon's House Fatty, if you want a beautiful winter spicy fragrance, highly recommend this. All right, back to the summer. This is my newest summer fragrance that I cannot stop talking about. I think all my followers are sick of hearing about it, but hey, get it. Michael Malol, Ocean Noir. Love this fragrance. This is a beautiful ocean blue style fragrance. Think Dylan Blue, only way better. This is very similar to Dylan Blue if I were to compare it to a designer, but my goodness, the depth in this is just next level. The performance is next level. The DNA, the longevity, the performance. This is a perfect any day fragrance. If honest, I think this is a better nighttime fragrance. It is a beautiful, it has great depth, great projection, great longevity. You're getting about 8 hours with this. I have gotten 10 hours, but I think 8 is kind of the norm. Again, it has insane depth, and like all Michael Malol's, pressurized atomizers. Way to go, Michael Malol. This is a beautiful fragrance. I've had so many followers ask me about this for years, or maybe I should say a year, and I put it off. And when I got it, I thought I should have got it when the second this came out, because this is a killer fragrance. So if you want the best, I think, summer fragrance right now in the market, check out Ocean Noir from Michael Malol. Now, back to winter. This is the only full bottle Montel I own. I have samples of other Montels, but the second I smelled this, I thought I must buy this. This is a killer fragrance. Holy cow, it's so good. Those who don't know what I'm talking about, this is Oud Tobacco. This is gorgeous. Now, this is a dark, heavy oud fragrance. This is a winter fragrance. It'll blast away the cold. I'm going to take this pen out because the dangling is annoying me. Sorry, Montel, but it really is. It'll blast away the cold. It is a killer fragrance. And price-wise, this isn't bad. If you check out, I think, is it Aura Fragrance, the online discounter? They have Montels really affordable. So you can get them there for a great price. So does Joma Shop. So online, killer prices. You can get it for a great deal. But Oud Tobacco, this is just special. This is so good. Atomizer is okay. I mean, I wish it was pressurized, but you know what? You can't always get what you want. Oh, I didn't wear this enough last winter. I didn't wear it enough. I wish I wore it more. I'm sorry, Oud Tobacco. You should have been worn way more than what you were wearing. Oh, well. But Oud Tobacco, dark, heavy, dense. By your projection, great performance, 8 to 10 hours, projects heavily. Check it out, Oud Tobacco from Montel. Now, a fragrance I rarely talk about. I don't know if this has ever made a list. I feel like it did once, but most people don't know I own any full bottles of Mimo. From Mimo in Paris, it is Sicilian leather. So I have basically the entire collection, or at least I had out. I'm sure there's new ones I haven't smelled yet. But from their collection, this was the one that I just love. I love this fragrance. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It has that Italian flair to it. It has beautiful green notes with the leather. And that's rare. To get a nice leather fragrance that can work in the summer, this one works perfectly. I love it. It's close to that Dias and Durga Italian citrus, if I'm honest. Like, it gets that similar green vibe, that similar citrus vibe, but then you have the depth of leather that makes it last and project heavily. I get about 8 hours with this, maybe closer to the 7 for good performance and projection. It isn't the longest lasting. That's the one downside about it. African leather, much better fragrance, lasts way longer. But you're not going to wear African leather in the summer. You can wear this one in the summer. And I love this fragrance so much. Do I wear it in the summer heavily? Nope. I rarely wear this fragrance, if I'm totally honest. Not because I don't love it. I just, like everyone else, I kind of forget I own it. I'm sorry you had to hear that. I'm sorry. But great fragrance. The atomizer is okay. It's not the best. Again, it's kind of like that Dias and Durga. It's just meh. I wish it was pressurized, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Great fragrance. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a beautiful leather fragrance that can work in the summer with green notes. Sicilian leather from Mimo in Paris. All right, final 3. Here's the tough one. Which one do I do next? Which one do I do next? I'm going to do this one. Again, back to Harmony. It is this fragrance here. This is Spartacus. I got a sample pack of 4 when I first got exposed to Harmony, and this one, the second I smelled it, you can actually watch the unboxing video. Um, it was alive, actually, now that I said the unboxing video. It was alive on TikTok, so maybe you can't watch it now I say that. Too bad I didn't record it on YouTube. Oh, well, whatever. Um, the second I smelled the sample, I went back and did the next one, and then I went back and smelled this. Then I did the next one, went back and smelled this. Did the next one, went back and smelled this, went back and smelled this, went back and smelled this. I could not stop smelling this. This is a killer fragrance. It has coconut in it. It has a vibe of vanilla. It is a killer summer fragrance. And again, all Harmonies, well, not all, but I would say 99% of them are a straight to parfum. So you're going to get about 10 to 12 hours easily with this fragrance. I just wore it recently. Great wear. Love it. Works in the heat. It's surprisingly good in the summer. Like, I wouldn't think this is a good summer fragrance. To me, this would be more of your fall, spring fragrance, but it does work in the summer. Killer fragrance. And again, look at that atomizer. It's pretty good. I wish it was pressurized, but you know what? The newer one, pressurized. This design is not, but oh, it's killer. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Highly recommend Spartacus from Harmony. Now, back to Michael Malol. This is a brand new release in the collection from JinsSense. It is West Loop. Holy cow, get this. Just get this. The end. Have a good day. Okay, but really talking about this. Killer fragrance. This is similar to a modern version of a barbershop DNA. So barbershops are usually spicy. They're just gentleman-like. They're just basic. You know, think your Old Spice, think your La Male, and stuff like that. I love that scent. I love that DNA. This, on the other hand, takes that idea and makes it modern. It really updates the performance, projection. It adds some killer notes in it. Fire. It's a gentleman fragrance. Again, pressurized. Come on. Come on, everyone. We need pressurized atomizers. I am a little surprised. I know Ash doesn't have all the say. It is a click lid. Ash, you're all about the magnetic caps. Like, where's the magnetic cap for this? Whatever. I will forgive you just because the scent is so fire. You picked the killer scent for this. I love it. Performance-wise, I get about 8 hours with this easily. It lasts a great amount of time. It projects heavily. It just sits with you. You just enjoying the fragrance all day that you're wearing it. This is a perfect office fragrance. I can see this being a perfect date fragrance because it takes a modern version of the barbershop. It's a safe fragrance. But with it being modern, it's also intriguing and interesting. So this is almost a perfect fragrance. I might put this in a 10 out of 10 category if I were doing that, but this is just killer. Highly recommend it. West Loop from Michael Malol. All right, last one. This is probably my favorite niche fragrance. Anyone that follows the channel, you know what I'm about to say. Ash at JinsSense did a, which by the way, I don't know if you know, he's my favorite content creator. I watch all his videos. Check out JinsSense. You know, killer dude. Great suggestions. Great nose. I feel like we have a similar, I don't want to say personality. We like similar fragrance notes. He doesn't care for sweet as much as I do. I like sweet way more than he does, but he's spot on. So a lot of my fragrances recently I've purchased based off of his recommendations, but he did a sample giveaway, or not giveaway, but a sample box from Twisted Lily. And in it were 5 fragrances, and he would write out the reasons for these fragrances and stuff like that. And one of them is the next fragrance, and I bought a full bottle. I had to. I had to. It was actually my first full bottle of Xerjoff. It is Symphonium. This is insanely good. This is a beautiful chocolate fragrance. It has sweetness from an orange. Yes, there is orange note listed. I don't pick up the scent of an orange, if that makes sense. Instead, I get the sweetness from the orange. Killer fragrance, killer performance. I get 8 hours easy with it. Projects heavily. It lasts on my skin. It is just gorgeous. Love this fragrance. I got it online for about $220 is what I got for 50 ml. And you know what? I don't regret it at all. I would pay that again in a heartbeat. When this is gone, I'll buy it again. I need this in my life. This is just, holy cow. Xerjoff. Well done. Well done. Killer fragrance. Love it. Atomizer. Love pressurized atomizers. I don't know if you knew that. I'm obsessed with them. But great fragrance. Highly recommend it. If you want anything that is chocolate with a little bit of sweetness, that is depth. Great depth to it. Check out from Xerjoff. This is Symphonium. So that's my list of 10 underrated fragrances. What did I leave out? Let me know down below in your comments. Can't wait to read, see if there's other fragrances I need to check out that I don't know about. And as always, thanks for following the channel. This is Nubs Fragrance. I'll talk to you soon.